I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the difference in how products are presented to us today, as opposed to how they were whenever I was growing up. Let's call it the 90s for the sake of the conversation, and how back then everything was a walking, talking sales pitch, which looking back is hysterical, but it worked, and they didn't know any better. They didn't have the resources that we have today. Any Joe Schmo like me can jump onto YouTube and post a video at any given time. Those guys, they had to have a commercial spot or they had to have their own TV show. And, that was a select 4 or 5 different folks that we're talking about. But when they had the chance, boy, did they take advantage of it, right? It was a lot like watching the post-race interview in NASCAR. But I wanted to do really quickly the impression of the difference of how I would give you an instructional video today as opposed to how it would have happened then. And the point I'm trying to make is that it's presented to us today in such a softer way. In some cases, these guys who are really good at social, not only are we getting a glimpse into their professional lives, but into their personal lives as well. And it's kind of obnoxious whenever you think about how it used to be done, but this is sort of how I remember it. So, give me a like or comment if you know what I'm talking about here. So, the first thing we would have done is we would have said, I'm going to start with my line, which is 20-pound Yo-Zuri T7 premium fluorocarbon, available at Bass Pro Shops, right? And then we would have moved on to the next step, and I would have told you that number one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 6 cents bobber stopper and I'm going to thread it up onto that line. And at that point, we would have had a little bit of a pause, and we would have run into probably a quick commercial that it would say, brought to you by Hook, Stay Dry, Stay Warm, Tackle Warehouse, KVD Line and Lure, and Mend It. Good as new, because they love those little taglines that they had. The next thing I would have told you was that for this to work, you've got to have a Woo tungsten weight. That's the only way that you could possibly do this rig, a Woo tungsten weight. And we're going to finish it off today with a Trokar TK120. And yeah, I know I hear a little bit of Zona's show in there as I do this, but that's just because it's Trokar, and I love Zona, so no harm, no foul there. He can say whatever the heck he wants, and he will too. That's what I love about him. But we're gonna finish that sucker off with a 4-inch Strike King Rage Bug. This one happens to be in green pumpkin purple swirl, which too bad it's not a Senko, or it would have been a number 297, and I'm never ever gonna forget that. But hey, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it. Got a little chuckle out of it. Let me know if you grew up around the same time I did and you know what I'm talking about. Talk soon. See ya.